Welcome to Fabric Monday. Today I'll talk about pipelines high concurrence with notebooks execution. This is a new feature announced during FabCon a few weeks ago, and this feature will save you a lot of time and money. In order to explain correctly what is it, let's analyze this pipeline. This pipeline is loading a list of categories of product categories, and with this list of categories it's making a loop to load the orders related to these categories, and inside the loop it calls a notebook to load the orders for each category. In this way, it loads the categories from a database. It's 26 categories in total. Then it loops through the categories and calls a notebook 26 times, one for each category. So the notebook will be called 26 times. That's where the problem is. Calling a notebook multiple times in a pipeline. The pipeline should be done for that, but this creates a problem. Each notebook call is an independent session. The notebook call will start a notebook session execution. This means 10 servers to execute one notebook. Multiply this to 26 executions. It's a huge amount of servers allocated to execute this notebook. It's too much. What are the consequences of this? This has lots of consequences. First, this has a very high cost. Your capacity will explode in relation to cost. Very slow execution. For every one of the 26 executions, there will be a start time of the session. So every one of the 26 executions will be slower than it could be. And limited parallel execution. The fact is your capacity will not support 26 notebooks running in parallel with 26 sessions. 10 servers by session, it's not possible. So you need to limit the parallel execution. In many environments, this limitation will go to 2 running parallel at the same time. It depends on the environment, depends on the capacity. It has many other variables, but it's more or less like this. What is the high concurrence for pipelines running multiple notebooks? Is the possibility that the 26 notebooks execution will be done in a single session, and in this way they can also be executed in parallel, the 26 at the same time. One session for 26 executions in parallel. This is the high concurrence for pipelines running multiple notebooks. Step 1. We need to enable it in the workspace settings. So we go to workspace settings, data engineering, Spark settings, high concurrence, and enable the option pipeline running multiple notebooks. So we want the high concurrence for pipelines running multiple notebooks. This is enabled at the workspace level. Then step 2, we need to define what's called the session tag. The session tag is defined in each pipeline, in each notebook activity, each activity to run a notebook. In advanced settings, we specify the session tag. It's a string. We can put anything we want there. What is this? What is the session tag? The session tag will identify the session which will be executed, and this creates an affinity between notebooks. Notebooks with the same session tag can be executed in the same session. Notebooks with a different session tag will be executed in different sessions. Notebooks with empty session tags will create their own session. In this way, we use the session tag to create affinity between the notebooks for the execution. And what's the result? First, the execution of this pipeline without the high concurrence enabled. Take a look on the start time and the end time. This took more or less 13 minutes to execute. And now with high concurrence enabled, this took less than 3 minutes. More or less 2 minutes and a half, a bit less than 2 minutes and a half. This is the difference. And it's not about execution time, not only about execution time. It is also about cost, because you are reducing your capacity consumption and you'll be capable to execute more in your capacity. Thank you very much for watching and see you next week.